What's up, YouTube? Yeah, it's me. About crazy. Lights blinding the hell out of me. Anyway, my name's Eric Crowell. Ain't much to say about that. See, the problem I have with anything is, right now, we live in a world where you gotta fight and struggle to get some ahead, which that's noble and all. But what about the people that can't fight no more? What about the people that can't fight at all? Are not even given a chance to stand up to the bad because the world has said, no, you can't do that. They say, you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't be somebody, you have to be somebody on this level of conformity. So you have to be somebody on this level of conformity because why? Why does it have to be a level of conformity at all? To be the fact of the matter is, people who buck the system and go against it usually end up being better off. It takes longer for them, though. You don't become an instant success overnight. You don't. They are the people that have to fight and keep trying when everything else fails. One thing I want to touch, I have done a lot of bad things in life, and I have hurt a lot of people with words that I have said and things I have done. So, I came out into the world on public social media. I do things different. My name's Eric Don Crowell. And the one thing that I wished I would have done a lot more was been more in my child's life. Did more things for her as a father as she needed it. That's my downfall. That's my mistake. I did not do that. But it doesn't mean, just because I didn't do that, it does not mean I stopped loving her as my daughter. The only thing I could think of to do is now try to either, hopefully, she knows who her father is, and hopefully she would want to be in her dad's life. It took me 20 something years to reconnect with my mother, and I did the same thing she did. I got scared. I really didn't know what being a father really meant, and I ran. Regardless on the reasoning why you run at the moment in time you have a kid, regardless on that reasoning, remember that there's always hope and there's always a chance. I see pictures of her every day on Facebook. She is growing so much. She looks like her mother. And her grandparents have been taking very good care of her. So to them, I actually thank them for stepping in a role that they did not have to do, but they chose to do. And it ended up being better for her than it was for her to be around me and her mother in a crippling relationship. For those who watch this video, hate me all you want. For those who know the situation, that's seen me live through that story and live through that life, you know the real me. It has been since 2010. If you add that up, that is 7 years. And November 19th is her birthday. Her name is Savannah Nicole Crow. I have missed out on my daughter's life as a young child from the ages of 1 to 7. Do you understand that? That is in fact one of the longest times that I never thought I would ever be, because I have loved in relationships and I have lost in relationships, and not a day goes in and out of my mind where I don't think of that little girl. I don't wish harm on that little girl for nothing, and I swear to God, if I ever found out that one time that little girl hurts, and it would kill me, and I know for a fact she probably did hurt, the same way I felt when I asked where my parent was that wasn't there. Regardless of whether she acts like it didn't hurt her, or she don't really rightly know, or whatever. Like I said, it is time for a change. And somehow I will prove to everyone, but not even, it don't matter. I have to prove to everyone. I don't have to prove to nobody, to be honest. I have to prove to myself, and I have to prove it to that little girl down in Montgomery. I don't expect a warm welcome with open arms. I don't expect them to hate me as much as people say they do. But the one thing, and this ain't me saying I'm going to show up down in Montgomery, no. This is me saying I'm working on myself, and I am bettering myself so I can be better for her, and better in a relationship, and better with my relationship towards God. I've already asked for forgiveness for God. This is a public statement asking forgiveness for those who I wronged, and especially a public forgiveness from my little girl. And she doesn't have to. She doesn't owe me nothing. I owe that little girl my life, but she owes me nothing. And neither do her grandparents down there. I am owed nothing in this world, but I owe this world everything. I owe this world my life. I owe that little girl my heart, my soul. I owe God everything, because He has done so much for me, and He has continued to do so much. This has been a confession of a broken father and a broken son. asking forgiveness.